Hi everyone, good morning. Welcome to the demo for SAP MM. So today I am going to be give demo about SAP MM. What is SAP? How SAP? What are the different models in SAP? What are the different versions of SAP? So what is MM? How MM process flow will start and end. Okay. So before going to introduce about the SAP, you have to understand basic concept. What is business and what is ERP and what are the ERP systems we have, and later we'll discuss about what is SAP. Let me introduce myself. My name is DJ Reddy. So I'm having the around 15 years of experience. From last around 12 years, I'm with the teaching field. I'm trained in multiple batches. So I am certified sourcing and procurement with S4HANA. I have done my certification in S4HANA business integration with the integration with all models. I have done my certification in Activate methodology as a project management. So let's quick start. See, sir, what is the business cycle? Before going to business cycle, what are the different industries we have in market? Say different industries we have like automotive industry we have, textile, oil and gas, then engineering, construction, and operations. Like that, we have multiple industries we have in society. If you take the automobile industry, what is their aim? So they will produce one car, bus, whatever the manufacturing they have facility. So example, if you take the car, they will manufacture the car, then they will do some marketing and they will sell into the market. So once they sell, they will get the revenue. Even if you take the textile company, what is their aim? They have to produce the fabric. Then same, they will do marketing. Then they will sell to customers and then they will generate the revenue. Any business if you take, they have a one life cycle. So here for production of car, doing the marketing, sales, revenue. So how they will do? They will produce the car. So to produce the car, they require the raw materials. What are mean by raw materials? Raw materials has been but what are the components you required to produce a one car? Or what are the components you required to produce a fabric? So example, if you take the manufacturing of car, we require the tire. We will take the basic components like a tire, you can see, steering, you can see, and we have a glass, and we have a engine, and we require the some steel structure. So these all are the components you required as a raw materials to produce car. Once all these are there, then only you can produce the car and you can do the marketing and you can sell and you can get the revenue. So this is the life cycle of any organization. Okay. So what they will do, they will buy the raw materials, they will produce the car, they will do the marketing, they will sell, they will revenue, then ultimately you will get the profit. This is the business cycle they will follow to produce any car, any type of car. Coming to here, what are those we call? So those all are called as a raw materials. And who will produce the car? So we have a car production. Okay. Then we have a sales activity. What we call in here, so one person cannot handle this all life cycle in the company. So what they have to do? So this is handled by the one department. We have a separate departments, like we have a, we call as a procurement department. And production facility, it is handled by the production team. And for doing the sales, we have a sales executives or marketing team. They will handle. So if we have a raw material and if you have anything, so can you produce car? So then ultimately again we require the employee or a workers. So who will handle these workers? We have a HR department, human resource department. They will handle, they will recruit the workers and they will pay the salaries, everything. They will see the attendance, everything they will handle by the HR department. So if we have a this kind of departments in organization, how the communication, how the data flow will happen between these departments. See, if we have a raw material, procurement or a department will see the how much material we have. Then it will flow to the, if we have material availability, then production team will start the production. If production team start the production and complete the work, then it will hand over to the sales department. So if we have a communication between all these departments, then only one car come out and will go to the market and we will gain the market and will satisfy the customer. If you are not, if we don't have a that kind of sync between the all the departments, so there is a chances to fail a product in the market. Okay, so this is the about. So this is about life cycle of any organization, any company. Okay. So what we have a one call for this. What we call this means this is the business call as a ERP business. ERP stands for enterprise resource planning. ERP nothing but enterprise resource planning. Why you call as a enterprise resource planning means enterprise nothing but it is a organization. So what is the full form of ERP means? E nothing but it is a enterprise. R indicate the resource. A resource means either man or machinery we require. And P means planning. If we have a enterprise organization, we have a man and machinery, and we have a planning, then you can execute the, you can start the working of manufacturing of a product. Once you start, you can complete and you can sell. So you have a everything, you have a ERP activity, then how will you track how many cars you are producing daily and what are the material availability we have? So how many we can produce in future? So how will you track all those information? So how will you means you require some proper system. So proper system means, say examples are, you are building one house. So what you will do? So you will see the enterprise. The enterprise nothing but somewhere you have to construct one building, one house. Then what you will do? You will plan for the resource. Either all building material will be available over there or not. How many manpower you require, everything. And you have a proper blueprint. So my house will be like a duplex, 3 BHK, 4 BHK, like that you have planned. So once you, what is your initial planning? Initial planning in 1 CR for construction. So 1 CR, what it indicates? So it will indicate the steel, cement, building materials, labor cost, everything. So then you start the work. Once you start the work, so every day you are putting the expenditure. You are buying the cement, you are buying the steel, you are buying the you are paying the labor charges, everything you are paying. So every day you are paying. So somewhere you have to be record that information. So without recording, how you come to know that? So after 1 month, if you want to analyze how much I up to now, how much I put the expenditure. So for steel, how much I pay and how much I paid, and for cement, how much I paid. So somewhere if you have information, then only you can analyze that. and it is a day-to-day entry. So you cannot enter after completion of the project. After, say, example, if you take the 1 year project, after 1 year, I will enter all the expenditure in a sheet, then I will analyze this. It's very difficult. There are chances to miss. So same formula if you apply for organizations like a Tata Motors and Honda Cars, then textile, Reliance Textile, oil and gas. So if you apply same formula for those, so how difficult to them to analyze the data without data they are punching in a day to day. Okay. So to enter that information in a system, they require a one proper application. So that proper application or a software we call as a ERP software. ERP software nothing but it will be used for a data entry of the business, and they can view the results at any point of time, then do some analysis on that, then take the decision. These are all activities they want expecting from the any ERP software. ERP is nothing but it is a business life cycle where we have a proper life cycle, like raw material we're taking into then they are doing some production, sales, then generating the revenue. This is the one ERP cycle. In that ERP cycle, to enter their day-to-day business activities in a one application or a software, that software we call as a ERP software. So what ERP software will give you? What advantages by using the software? Say, example, if you take the car manufacturer, say example, if you take the Tata Motors. So Tata Motors, they are producing cars. Say example, they are take the 10 cars demand for one brand. Say example, take the Nexon. So to produce 10 Nexon, so how many tires we require? 10 into 40. Then engine, I will take just 2 examples. So 10. So how the production department will start without having the stock of this? So there should be 40 tires in the stock. So then only they can start. If they don't have, how can they see? If they don't have, what are the online? And that means, so what are the pipelines? They may place to some orders in transit. So those all information, they should be available in a system, and communication should be there. Then only production team can start that information. So how you come to know that? So if we have a ERP software, then every department, they will enter their information in the system. So anyone can view that results and can analyze and then can take the decision. Yeah, we have this much stock, so we can start for now. So like that, they can take the decisions. So that is called as a ERP software benefits. So quick decisions, and you can get the results periodically. So those all benefits you will get from the ERP software. Now, what are the different ERP softwares we have in market? So we have ERP softwares like BAN, Microsoft Dynamics, JD Edwards, Oracle. Then we have a SAP. So not only just this 5, so just I have mentioned on a high level, we have around 10,000 plus ERP softwares are there in market, like a Tally. So different finance ERP softwares, we have around 10,000 plus only ERP softwares are available in market. So now here, SAP is a one type of ERP software. What is SAP? SAP is a one type of ERP software, and it will support the organizations like small to very large corporations. So what are the large means? Say example, if you take the Fortune 500 means, they are generating more revenue. So that's why they are all under the Fortune 500. They are big companies. So it will support to the very big companies to the very small companies. So who are generating some 10 crores or 20 crores revenue every year. So those also can implement a SAP ERP software to their business. So what it will cover? So what ERP software will give you? So it will give you the option to enter the finance data. So whatever the revenue, whatever the expenditure you are putting, so those all informations you can enter in this SAP software. And warehousing activities, like warehousing means whatever the stock we are purchasing and we are maintaining in the inventory. Say example, you buy a tires. So where you will keep that? So you have to keep in the some locations of within your warehouse. So that warehouse activities you can perform by using the SAP ERP software. And we have a customer relationship management. That means if you want to sell a car or if you want to do a market, so you want to analyze the customer's relationship with them, so you can do that. And we have a purchasing activity you can do. And ultimately, you can view the report. So, and it is the one of the number one ERP software present in market. So currently SAP is the tallest leading ERP software in market comparatively with all other ERP software. So this is about SAP. What is SAP? SAP is a one type of ERP software. So who will use this? So they can use any manufacturing industry they can use, or any service industry also they can use this SAP. What are service industries? Like a banking sector, telecom sector, they can also implement SAP ERP software. Now, what SAP stands? Don't call SAP. So this we call as a SAP. So S indicates systems, applications, product in data processing. Product in data processing. So this is the full form of SAP. We have a system and we have an application where you can enter the data and process. That stands the SAP. So what are the advantages of SAP when compared with the other ERP softwares? Coming to the advantages, we have a strong integration between the cross modules. So what is meant by strong integration between the cross modules? Let's say example takes what are the departments we have in any industry? Like we have a procurement department. Right? We have a production department. We have a sales department. And we have a we have a HR, sales and marketing will come under one. HR. So who will see the human? Example, if you take, these are the departments we have in a company. So this each and every department we call as in SAP ERP software terminology, we call as modules. So module nothing but it is a one type of departments which are available in any organization. So it will SAP ERP software will give you a proper integration between the procurement to production, production to sale, sale to procurement, or procurement to sale, and ultimately to data like attendance and the payroll between the workers. So this all integrations SAP ERP software will provide in a advanced way comparatively with other ERP software. And it will support in any type of OS like Windows, Unix, Linux, and you can install this SAP ERP software in any OS. And it will support on the database like Oracle, MS SQL. So I will explain you what are the database and how it will be. And it will you can access in the different languages. So it will around support 14 plus languages and with a different country currencies. So this is the major advantages of SAP software. Next, how does this SAP work? See, sir, if you take any web application, like maybe some people are reading the newspaper, e-newspaper we have, right? E-paper we have. Then we have a net banking to transfer any amount. We will open the www.hdfcnetbanking.com, like that you can open. So one application will be open. You have a data as application data, how you want to view in this your screen. So that is the viewing screen. But to replicate that information in the foreground, in background, one language will call. Either that may be a Java, .NET. So like that, we have a different coding languages they are using. Based upon that coding language, so that paper will be displayed as a normal newspaper, and you can view the net banking or a mobile banking, whatever the application you can do, you can view that. So behind that, we have a programming language. Same way, SAP also one type of ERP software. So that ERP software, to run that ERP software, we require one coding language. So that coding language we call as it will work on the SAP ABAP. ABAP is a coding language. So which will open the application of SAP. So ABAP nothing but Advanced Business Application Programming. Advanced Business Application Programming. So now, what are the different versions of SAP? So now we understood that what is SAP? SAP is a one type of ERP software. So what is the software? Software will provide you a data entry option where all departments like a procurement, production, sales, whatever the organization departments we have, they can enter their data, day-to-day business data in that system. So later you can view or monitor the results and you can take the decision. So all this information as a quick result, it will be available. And why SAP? SAP is a top leading ERP software in market comparatively with the other ERP software. It will give the proper integration between the departments, and it will work on the any OS, and it will work on the any language. So up to now we have learned. And what is the programming language it is using? It's called as a SAP ABAP. ABAP is a background programming language we'll use to run the SAP application. And coming to the now different versions of SAP. So any software, if you take, say example, if you take the Android and if you take the iOS, so any software if you take, so there is some upgrades every, say example, if you take the old days, we are using some keypad mobiles. This is some kind of software they have. We are using that. Then later we have a Java, so like different versions. Then later Android. In Android also, every year or every 2 years once, they are upgrading the versions and they are releasing the new features. Same way, SAP also is kind of one software. So to sustain in market, they have to be adopt the new functionalities and they have to release to the customers, and they have to customer satisfaction also most important. So that's where SAP also release the different versions every year, 2 years, 5 years once, like that, based upon the demand. Okay. So now we will see what are the different versions, how these are started, and what is the latest version of SAP software. Yes, sir. So first 1979, they have a basic build software they are given. So that name called as a SAP R2. So I will explain you what is R2. R2 indicates. Under 1992, so by 1992, they are using the more PCs, more computers we are using, and they are introduced the different structure that called as a three-layer structure. Three-layer structure they are introduced. That name they are put as a SAP R3 system. So, but that is the R3 second version they are released. And year 2004, so entirely this web application as a common business network, and the customer demanding the integration of SAP with other web applications. So other web applications means, maybe say example, if you take IRCTC, or if you take the any bus booking app, so they are using the mobile app. So that is the different application owned by the IRCTC, or the, where I will say example, if you take the bus, they are using the different application. But ultimately, when you book the ticket, the data will go on to store in the SAP. In background, they have to call the SAP application. So that means we have a front, they are using the front end, they are using the separate application. Background, it will store and the background, it is a SAP. So whenever you are using the two, here we are using the two applications, right? We are using the two applications. Whenever you are using the two applications, though our ERP software should be understand and have to provide the easy integration to map from one system to our SAP system or from SAP system to other systems. Either way, you have to be that proper communication or integration should be available to use for other applications. So to use these, previously 1979 and 1992, we don't have that kind of other systems integration to the SAP ERP software. Because if you take the large companies, they are not using only SAP ERP software. They may use some other web applications too to enter their information, and it will be called in background as SAP. So to connect that, previously we don't have that integration with SAP ERP software. Later by in 2004, so they come up with the call as a NetWeaver. NetWeaver is the one additional option there. SAP software is provided. So from this, you can connect it to the any third-party systems, any third-party systems other than SAP. Okay. So that's where they name call as a SAP ECC system. SAP ECC is common 2004. ECC nothing but it is a ERP central component. And in year of 2011, the company launches as a S4HANA. S4HANA is nothing but it is a new in memory database platform. So HANA nothing but high performance analytic appliance. So it is a major development from the SAP. So these are SAP ERP also one type of application, right? It is a software application. So what you will do? So you will enter they will provide a screen. So where you will enter the data. So once you enter the data, it will should be stored somewhere. So that storing we call as a database. That storing we call as a database. So here previously, before 2011, SAP is only having the application, only application. Application means where you are entering the data option. Once you enter the data, it will go and store in a database. So SAP is having the database like MS SQL database. It is not a SAP database. They are depending on some other companies like Oracle database. They have a other database. So you have to enter the data in the SAP application that will go on to store in the other third-party databases like MS SQL or Oracle database. Okay. So here you are using the ABAP language. In database, there may be something different they are using. So it's storing in this way. In year of 2011, SAP introduced the SAP HANA. SAP HANA is nothing but one type of database. It is owned by SAP. Previously, it is MS SQL RQL. Then you can own database they built. It is called as a SAP HANA. So now application is SAP own application, own ABAP programming language application, and a database also SAP owned by a database. So if both are same, whenever you can enter n number of transactions, you can pull the data in a fraction of seconds. So there is no anything load on the system. Previously, there was a load. Why? Because its application is the ABAP language programmed SAP ERP application. Then it is storing in the somewhere Oracle, MS SQL, something different to databases. So there is some kind of system slowness and data is not pulling on a proper way. proper way means it is taking some time. So if you want to pull the 1 lakh records of transaction or a 1 year transaction, it is taking some time. So by introducing the SAP HANA database, so it is a fraction of seconds you can pull the data. Okay, so that is the way SAP HANA built. So next, in year of 2015, a new wave in the hardware architecture. So then bring a computer power at the reduced cost. So now they are introduced the one more application that called as a S4HANA. S4HANA. So S4HANA nothing but, so we have a HANA database called as SAP HANA on which the application is run. So that application we call as a S4HANA application. Right, sir? So this is the ECC application, which is running on the MS SQL and Oracle database. So this is the S4HANA application, which is run on the SAP HANA. Okay? SAP S4HANA application, nothing but it is a presentation screen where you can enter the data. That is called as application or a presentation screen. Right? So this is the way S4HANA. S4HANA is released on the year of 2015. So that name we call as a S4HANA 1511. So later again they released the second version called as a S4HANA in year of 2016 called as a 1610. So nothing but 15 means 2015 year. Then last two digits indicate the year. It is a November. Then 1610. 10 means October 2016 year. It is. Next to 2017 also they are released one more version called as a S4HANA 1709. So 09 indicate the year. So like that, every year they are releasing the new versions. 1809. So 19. So now latest version is 2020. Okay. So these are the different S4HANA applications. So it is started on the 2015. Now we are in the 2022. So almost around 7 years are there. So you have to be learn SAP in the S4HANA application. Why? Because it is a demanding in market. So without S4HANA knowledge, you can't get, you can't face the interviews and you can't get the job. Yeah. So now this training will be in the S4HANA. So what are the different models we have in the SAP S4HANA system? So we have a financial accounting like FI model. We have a human capital like SCM. So model nothing but it's like a compare. If you compare with the business who are already working in any company, so then you can compare with the departments. So we have a HR like our human capital management SCM, plan to produce PP model. So this we call as a production, and we have a order to cash SD model, sales model. We have a project systems. So this project systems majorly will implement in the engineering, construction, operation industry. And we have a enterprise asset management, and nothing but if we have any machinery, we have a plant maintenance, asset maintenance. So those machineries we call as asset, and plant maintenance will cover. So that is the one. EAM is the one model. You know already it is a ABAP. ABAP is a coding language. So who are interested in the code, they can learn the ABAP model. And the basis also it is a system maintenance, one type of technical model. So both will as a technical, and the remaining are the functionals. Functional nothing but they don't have any coding. So they just face the client and they will understand the requirement. They have to map in the SAP system. Their business should be mapped in the SAP system. So whatever the coding, if you want to write, you have to depend on the technical team, ABAP team. Okay. And we have a sourcing and procurement. This is the model we are going to be learn like MM model. And we have a warehouse management model, WM and EWM. This is the one model. It is cover the warehouse functionalities. Okay. So this is about SAP, S4HANA, ERP softwares, and the different models. So we'll cover the what is MM and how MM flow starts and what are the different businesses we have in the MM process.